Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I wanted to do a continuation on one of my last videos. It was this sticker creation kind of money glitch kind of video. And what it was all about was the ability to create different stickers, and I actually used a Redbubble shop to highlight that concept, which was in this video. And I showed one of the Redbubble stores that looked pretty clean to me, pretty organized, and it looked like a generating store that was generating profit. Might not be the most profitable store in the world, but it's still generating profit nonetheless. And what I believe is creating different assets online, i.e. Redbubble stores, is one of great examples. And creating the store, doing the work necessary, and then going on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and so on. And that's really the beauty of passive income, right? You start something, you build it up to a certain point, as high or as low as you want it to go, and then you move on to the next aspect while that asset is still paying you some sort of quote-unquote passive income. Now, of course, no income is truly passive. Some things need to be somewhat monitored here and there, but it's as passive as you're going to get with some kind of, I guess you could say, some kind of understanding, right? Not 100% passive, but everything has its levels. With that being said, I made a video showing an example of this quote-unquote Redbubble money sticker glitch, right? And basically what it came down to is taking inspiration from that store, creating different variations of certain stickers, whether it be colors, sizes, designs, and getting a little bit, I guess you could say, customized with that setup. And I actually kind of showed the whole tutorial in the video. With that being said, somebody pointed something out important in that video, which was the design that I had created. The stickers were too close together, and that's why it would all come out as one. Now, that's somewhat true, because on the larger sizes of the sticker, it didn't come out as one sticker, it came out as multiple different stickers. But on the smaller sizes, which typically tends to be ordered more, it is going to be stuck together. So I kind of said, you know what, instead of guessing what is the right size for stickers, let's go ahead and break this down with GPT. Let's ask it some questions, and let's figure out how much control that we can get out of this kind of thing. So to be clear, I did some research on Redbubble's website. Now, before we even go into the whole stickers thing, some people might ask me, because you guys probably do know, I do sell courses on Redbubble creating a design. The design course, I'm actually just going to pull it up just for context. Autopilotpassiveincome.com, Redbubble courses. We have the POD design course, which you can use for Redbubble, TeePublic, Merch by Amazon, maybe even a few other sites, depending on how you structure your business, and also the Redbubble tagging course, which is all around the Redbubble tagging algorithm. So the POD design course is specifically around just creating designs very, very quickly that look good and are efficient. Now, so the reason what I'm saying here is when I create stickers, guys, I actually don't go out there and look for stickers specifically to create. In fact, that's almost never happened. And I've actually said that in my last video, or one of my last videos, where I said, although stickers can get a lot of sales, it's not my first choice to make money. In fact, it might be my last choice, because the amount of profit that I'm going to generate off of a sticker, I can generate 50 times more profit, like literally x 50 times 50, with a different type of product. So logically, if I'm going to create a product, I would want to maximize my ability to make money for that certain product. Not to discount or I guess I don't want to say defame, but not to discount the sales of a sticker. At the end of the day, money is money. Whether you get a penny or whether you get $1, obviously they're not the same level of income, but it's still income. It's still passive. So if you're somebody listening out there that wants to sell stickers, I'm not going to be the guy that sits there and says to you, you're not making enough money selling stickers. At least you're doing something to make more passive income. So I don't want to be the guy that, is a party pooper and brings a disheartening vibe to the concept of these videos. That's not going to be me. So anyways, with my personal activity, stickers is not the first thing I focus on at all. I focus on a little bit more expensive products. I find that I do really well selling desk mats. I do, and desk mats are really not the most expensive products, but I do really well selling desk mats, duvet covers, tapestries, that kind of squared approach of like the duvet cover, that kind of stuff kind of sells well for me, and I do well financially speaking from a Redbubble standpoint. And also, of course, when it comes down to the designs, that is not a intricate design or a specific design, I do well from the t-shirt standpoint, and I get some sticker sales here and there. So it's definitely not something that I would discount by any means, but it's not my focus. So with that being said, I said, okay, let's make our weak points our strong points, and let's get better at these things. So I sat down, did some research on the stickers, and what I wanted to research specifically was how large the border is on the smaller stickers, okay? And I'm going to say this because I actually use this as an example. I created a private listing on Redbubble. You do have the ability to do that. On every single listing you create, you could either have it public or private. I created a private listing because this is literally just images from Canva. I didn't create these images. I put them on a document, and I wanted to see how much distance in between each image is good cover space for the stickers, because as you guys know, there's going to be an outline on the image. The outline on the image, we don't want it to cross over into another outline, because then it will be one kind of sticker. We don't want that, right? So we want different stickers. So what I thought to do is I said, okay, let me first do the research. So reading on Redbubble's personal website, they stated that there's a 3.2 millimeter border on all stickers. And I said, all right. So what that means is that 3.2 millimeter border, regardless of the actual element, right, is going to be there. And if there's more than one element and they're closer together, then that just so happens that the stickers will collide and there'll be one sticker. And that might potentially, logically speaking, deter somebody from buying. If the stickers are all kind of smashed up together like this, right? And, somebody might look at it and say, you know what, no, I prefer it to be separated. Now, that's a small element, but sometimes the smallest millimeters of effort can make the huge distances of success. And really what I mean by that is you look at, for example, track or something like that. It's really not the, hours and hours of training that separates people, because they all do pretty much the same amount of time of training. Everybody has the same amount of time, 24 hours, the diet, etc. But it's the very, very little things, the things that sometimes aren't the easiest to discover, that make the difference. So for a lot of people, maybe they are creating stickers and they're not getting the sales that they want for this small reason. Maybe they don't have that border separation between each product. So I decided to do some testing and some researching, and that's kind of the whole point that you're watching this video, so you can kind of discover with me this information. So 3.2 millimeter border in terms of the pixels, but I said, I specifically, I know this information to be true because I pulled it from the Redbubble site, but I said, okay, how can we apply this information to a 5,000 by 5,000 pixel canvas, right? So I created a 5,000 by 5,000 pixel canvas, not on Canva. This was on a specific, different design, and it said to me, based on the 5,000 by 5,000 pixel canvas, okay, it obviously depends on the DPI, so the dots per inch, but assuming that the DPI is 300, which is not always the case, but assuming that it is, there should be about 37.7 pixel distance between the two. Now, keep in mind, guys, if there's more DPI, the pixels will also go up, right? The less DPI, the pixels will go down, because you can think of DPI and pixels as similar. They're not the exact same, but DPI stands for dots per inch, right? And pixels, well, they're all those little boxes that are together that are different colors that make up the image for a raster image. Not a vector, but a raster. And so, a raster is literally just a PNG, JPEG, photograph, whatever the case may be, right? So I decided, let me put this into test. So here, this is a size of 4,000 by 6,000, so not quite 5,000 by 5,000, but I decided to kind of test the distance in pixels between these images. And I find that GPT, the AI, is not 100% accurate, because if you look here, and if I drag this around, the distance between this and, let's say, this astronaut that I'm holding on, you could see, and the one above it with sitting on the moon, even though there's two of them here, we have a 580 pixel distance and a 523 pixel distance between each one, which also is kind of makes sense because the width of this whole entire canvas is 4,000 pixels. So if you're looking at 530, let's just say 530 plus 530, plus the images, which are probably around like maybe 600, you're going to do 530 plus 530 plus 600 over 3 times. It gets you somewhere close to 4,000. We're just estimating. The point here is that these distances that you're seeing are the active distances. So on this note, GPT kind of had the right concept, but because the DPI is a little bit different, this is way off. This 37 pixels is totally off. So what I decided to do is I decided to run some tests. Now this is the solution of the test that finally worked, okay, for the very close to the minimum size, and that's kind of why I got rid of all the other tests that I've done, just so I can do this for you guys here. So I have these 2 screenshots of me testing them on private listings. These are not public listings. The reason why I took screenshots is because I don't want to show the actual account associated with this. As you guys know, I'm not currently logged into my demo account on Redbubble on this computer. I'm sure for the next video I will, but you know, it is what it is. But regardless, you could see here, I set it to medium and I set it to small, and you could see the border here of the image. Let me actually try to zoom in here for you guys because this is quite small, but you could see the border is quite fat compared to the image. Like it's thick, and it's actually relatively close to the next photo, right? And this, like I said, this was the closest I could get it to kind of making the image work out, but not as far apart as spread, because the more stickers that you could potentially jam in a photo, the potential it could do better. You know, somebody could look, and because of that one little design in a sticker, they might decide to buy your product over someone else's. And as you know, each sale creates more of that snowball effect with other sales. In fact, I made a whole entire video on this either last year or the year before titled The Snowball Effect. You could actually search it on my YouTube channel. And it talks about the snowball effect when it comes to Redbubble. And basically what it comes down to is when you contribute to the algorithm, there's 3 main aspects that we currently know of when it comes to the algorithm. The first is the SEO. In reference, in this case, it's going to be the tags. The second is the number of favorites, and the third is the number of sales. The most powerful out of all of these is obviously the tags, right? The keywords, because you can get sales, but if you're not indexed for keywords, you're not going to be found, okay? So the first one is the keywords, the second one is the sales, and the third one is the favorites. The favorites we find are more constructive when it comes down to trying to get those first few sales, right? And once you get the sales and you have the favorites, now you're just ranking over the guys who just have the sales and no favorites. But obviously sales matter, the quantity of sales matter, all these kind of things matter. The point is that if you get that first sale, just simply because a sticker existed in the pack when you create these quote-unquote sticker packs, that maybe a competitor did not have, or the customer finds yours a little bit better, maybe because it's separated a little bit better, or whatever the case may be, that could be a reason, right? That 1%, that millimeter better than your competitor. And that could be the reason that why you make the money and you get the sale. So I think one of the takeaways for you guys that are watching is sometimes you don't have to move a mile to get the sale. Sometimes you have to make a small inch of improvement. Now, I'm not sitting here saying this is the case in all situations, because it's not. Everybody has different skill sets and different capabilities when it comes down to print on demand. They have different talents and different creative ability, which is one of the reasons, once again, why I'm always trying to improve my design ability. I'm always trying to learn, and I'm actually going to start posting designs on my second channel. I'll leave my link in the description down below for the second channel, and I'm going to ask you guys for constructive criticism. I'm going to ask you for your opinion and telling me, how can I actually improve myself creating those specialty designs? I'm not talking about my speed designing strategy. That has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about creating specific designs for specific use cases, specific scenarios. But regardless, here we could see I believe this is the size small. Let's see. Yep, this is the size small, and you could see it works. It fits. This is here the size medium. So the size medium looks a little bit better. I'm not going to sit here and say it's significantly better, but it does look better. The outline is a little bit less fat, and of course, when you go into the larger sizes, it looks even better. But I did this to kind of state a point that this image with the different illustrations here is the same as this, and this, right? So they're the exact same. But my point here is that I was doing these tests, and I just wanted to try to fit as many images as I could, like I said, to gain that little inch, that little millimeter. But I don't want to be in a position where I take 2 steps back to take 1 step forward, because if they're all stuck together, then that's kind of what I'm doing to myself. So this is what I found works for me, and just so that you guys can kind of see here what's going on in terms of sizing, we can see here the pixels. It's about a 500 pixel difference between each element, okay? From the top to the bottom, I probably have a little bit more, okay, or a little less. Actually, no, probably a little more, but you could see here, like this pixel distance is 487 distance. So like I said about 500. That's kind of what you're looking at here. This is obviously a much larger distance, right, from left to right. I don't even know how large the distance is, but you kind of get the point here, right? So basically, about a 500 pixel distance, you'll be pretty good when it comes to that, if you happen to be creating your designs on Canva. And this was one of the tests that I ran as well, and I ran many different tests. But the point is that hopefully you could take some information away from this and help you create your designs for your stickers, specifically if you want to, enter that field of competition where you're specifically going for stickers and things like that. Once again, not my personal choice. If I had the choice, which I do, obviously, to make money on Redbubble, not my specific choice to go specifically for stickers, once again, because of profitability. Not saying that you won't make money. It's just for every one of other product that I sell, like one of those expensive products that I sell, I could sell, 50 stickers and it will equal about the same, 30 stickers in some cases, sometimes even 25 stickers. But even if it's 25 or even 20, I would much rather sell one of something versus 20 of something else to get the same level. So that's just kind of my opinion, but I put the content out there because you guys are Redbubble sellers just like me, and you might want to know. So I'll leave this link to the second channel in the description box down below, and I will gradually be posting more designs on there. All right, guys? So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this video helped you out. All right? I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Bye.